It's 1 full year since flash floods ravaged the state of Uttarakhand, taking with it many lives, livelihood, property and the confidence of one of India's most self-sustained states. So what has changed a year later? Headlines today's Ankit Tyagi and Preeti Chaudhary are there right now, 1 year later, to tell you how the state has coped.
It's almost been a year since the Kedarnath tragedy took place. Hundreds died, thousands in fact. The government official figure says it is somewhere around 4,000 people, those who died. And officially, about 785 bodies were found till yesterday. Since yesterday, there have been around 15 more bodies, 15 more skeletons of those unfortunate pilgrims who were caught on these tracks trying to go to Kedarnath Ji temple. We are in fact right now just about a few kilometers, 2 to 3 kilometers away from Rambara. We are trying to climb down from the trek that we had gone up. In fact, it's not a trek. The officers were telling us that this entire area was covered, and in the last 2-3 days they have cut off some vegetation here so that people can walk. Very difficult climbing down, and throughout the way, these pyres that you see are the bodies that were found, and today they have been lit. In fact, the cremation has been done. We saw a few of these sites back up also. Me and my colleague from Ashtak, Sanjay Sharma, both of us started climbing up in the morning. 3 to 4 kilometers were extremely difficult trek. And the breathlessness, of course, you can understand how difficult it is. Just here, my camera person Prashant will try and show you. In fact, I can still see a skull that is yet to be completely burnt off. So 15 bodies in fact have been found, and the process is still on, but a very, very difficult task. So Ranji, how many bodies have you found so far, and is this a normal route where you're finding the bodies?
Till now we have found 15 bodies here from tomorrow only, yesterday only, and it's not a normal route. It's a route where the pilgrims, when they got caught in the Gadera area where there was landslide, they just climbed up and they tried to cross the Gadera area, and they escaped from this route only. It's a dense forest, and there is no normal route. You might have come from that route only, and you have seen the toughness and terrain of this route.
Behind me, you can just see, just about a few minutes back, 2 bodies that were found almost in skeletal form. They in fact have been cremated, and with their last rites were just done. The team that is going on, they are collecting the belongings that they are finding. We also, on our way at many treacherous areas, at far-flung areas, saw skeletons with their clothes on, probably on the night last year, trying to save themselves. But now what the police here is doing, they are finding those bodies and cremating them. This is not the normal route for Kedar Ghati. This is where now the bodies of few people, those who were trying to escape on that fateful night last year on 16th and 17th, when the floods ravaged Kedar Valley, they got stuck here. They were trying to save their lives. And these clothes, these belongings tell the story by themselves. This is a very moving visual. My camera person Prashant Rai, we have been walking, trying to find them. And even after 1 year, when you see what is happening here, belongings in that bag, and the policemen, they are trying to just go back, taking all this, trying to get the DNA sample. Even after 1 year, this is something that gives you goosebumps. This is something that will remain deep in my memory. With camera person Prashant Rai, Ankit Tyagi, off the trek from Jungle Chatti to Kedarnath for Headlines Today.
For us journalists who were there during the 2013 floods, the memories of the deluge are very difficult to wipe out. But what about people who lived through it, who lost their loved ones, who lost their livelihood? What about them? 1 year on, Headlines Today revisits those horror stories which for many are still afresh.
These visuals still send chills down our spines. Last year, on June 16, a catastrophe had struck Uttarakhand. Thousands lost their lives to nature's fury. A state was devastated. 1 year later, Headlines Today revisits the victims whom we met right after the tragedy to get a sense of how their lives have changed. This is Leela, a 45-year-old widow in the Deovali village of Guptkashi who lost her husband last year. Her husband was a priest in Kedarnath temple and was swept away by the floods on the night of June 16th last year. Government's compensation of 5 lakh rupees only helped Leela to get rid of their loans, who also has 2 sons and a daughter. Now she toils hard every day on this small piece of land to meet both ends of her family.
क्या मिला? थोड़ी बहुत खा दिया हमने। कहाँ बचे? अब कुछ नहीं है। वही तो थे कमाने वाले सारे, पन्नीताई करते थे नहीं। लड़का एक छोटी मोटी दुकान थी, दुकान भी बह गई। पन्नीताई का इसका कहीं पता ही नहीं मिला, कहीं नहीं।
The government promised them some compensation, but that is over. As she said, money goes away. They wanted some employment, some education for her children. This is one of the many stories in Deovali village, one of the villages where there are about 52 widows who lost their husbands, their sons in the Kedarnath tragedy last year.
This is Lamgondi village, and the next stop was at a place which is identified as the house without men. Sunil and his brother Anil fell prey to the furious waters at Kedarnath. They both were priests at the temple. Sunil's wife Manodri and her mother-in-law now are facing problems to provide basic facilities for 3 young girls in the family.
सरकार की तरफ से तो केवल 5 लाख आए उसमें, तो उसमें भी थोड़ा हमारा कर्जा था। ये मकान बनाया हमने, लोगों ने कहा कि इनको सरकार दे रही है, हमारे पैसे नहीं दे रहे हैं। हमने उस लाख पे भी कुछ लोगों को दिया। सोच रहे कि सरकार थोड़ा इनको थोड़ा फीस माफ करे तीनों को, थोड़ा जैसे कि 1 साल में थोड़ा बस्ता किताब कॉपी चाहिए। कितने की आ रही है कॉपी, कितनी नहीं आ रही। तो एक बात थोड़ा ये कहना चाहिए कि थोड़ा सरकार इनको कॉपी थोड़ा बस्ता बुस्ता दे दो, तो थोड़ा फीस माफ कर दे। और क्या
This 6-year-old girl is Aisha, who lived the horror of that flash flood. She was swept away in the floods but was luckily saved. 1 year later, she is still terrified remembering that dreadful moment when she slipped from her uncle's hands.
In fact, that time we met this young 5-year-old, this little child who's standing. She was, even at that time, she couldn't speak much. She was horrified, terrified. She was swept away. Her uncle Shashikant was with her, and they were at Kedarnath. She was swept away. Fortunately, luckily for her, she got stuck in debris and was saved.
जब पानी आया, मैं भागते भागते नीचे से ऊपर, मुझे पता भी नहीं चला कब तक मैं मंदिर में पहुंच गया। मंदिर में पहुंचा, मैंने फिर इसको भी रेलिंग वो चढ़ के मंदिर के अंदर चले गया। अंदर तक नहीं गया, बाहर ही भी गया। तो पानी आया, पानी में तो ये छोटी बच्ची भी थी मेरे साथ, मतलब भाई की लड़की, और छूट गई थी हाथ से। तो एक साइड ये पड़ी हुई थी, एक साइड में पड़ा हुआ था, इसलिए बच गई वहाँ पे।
It's been 365 days since the Uttarakhand flash floods destroyed many towns and villages and changed lives forever. For children like Aisha, the memories, the horrific memories of that moment would be hard to erase. The world might have moved on, but in the last year, the life for the victims of the tragedy have just moved a few inches, and their struggle still continues.
Last year, when raging waters ravaged the state of Uttarakhand, it took everything in its wake. Lives, livelihood, property, shattering the self-confidence of a self-sustained state. A year later, has anything changed at all? Have the people here been able to rebuild their lives? Have livelihoods been rebuilt? And most importantly, has the government been able to reinstill that same self-confidence that this state of Uttarakhand had before the floods came?
पिछले साल से इस बार जो है बहुत कम पर्यटक हैं।
कितने लोग आते हैं? मतलब अगर आप कंपेयर करें पिछले साल और इस साल,
इस साल जो है कम से
ना के समझो साहब, ना के समान है। जब से पिछले साल ये हुआ है तब से साहब यात्री के आप देख ही रहे होंगे, आओ भाव कुछ नहीं है।
It's been one full year of the deluge of the Uttarakhand floods, and the scars still very evident, can easily be seen. You can see right here, I'm at the temple town of Gangotri, and with what happened last year still visible at this time of the year as well. Nothing has been done, especially in Gangotri, to try and rebuild this temple town. A fierce psychosis has set in, especially for the locals and the tourists that are coming in. In this particular town, there are about 300 to 400 people, entirely sustained on the tourism that this pilgrim site actually brings in. And since the last year, tourism has been negligible. 5% of what they actually see is the kind of tourists that are coming here. Economically, this entire town depends only on tourism. And since last year, there's absolutely been nothing. The people here in dire states.
आपदा तो पिछले साल आई थी, लेकिन विपदा हम लोगों पे इस साल आ रही है। हमारा व्यापार सारा ठप हो गया। सरकार का हमारे तरफ कोई भी ध्यान नहीं है। हमारे बाल बच्चे जो इसी 6 महीने के सीजन पर निर्भर करते हैं, उनका पढ़ना लिखना खाना रहना, लेकिन सरकार का कोई ध्यान नहीं है।
गंगोत्री में आर्थिक संकट जो है इतना गहरा गया है कि लोगों का बच्चों का भरण पोषण भी करना बहुत मुश्किल है, और हम लोग जो है बिल्कुल कंगाली के कगार पे आ गए।
One full year and the flood-ravaged Uttarakhand still waiting for relief. You can see right there, this is what happened last year. Nothing has been done to put this town back together. इस बार थोड़ा डर लगता है, जैसे अभी फिर मानसून की 1 महीने में फिर बारिशें शुरू होंगी। इस बार थोड़ा डर लग रहा है।
बिल्कुल डर लग रहा है। हमें तो अभी विश्वास नहीं कि मतलब बरसात होगी तो रोड बचेगी या नहीं बचेगी।
नहीं है, इसका कोई कन्फर्म नहीं है कि रोड पे जो काम हो रहा है वो काम टिकेगा, क्योंकि रोड के जो है नीचे तो पेंटिंग कर रही है।
The locals here that we spoke to feel that they are paying the price of not losing a single life during the floods last year. And that's the reason why the government, which is putting in all the funds to rebuild Kedarnath, Badrinath, has done absolutely nothing for towns like Gangotri and Yamunotri. Done nothing to rebuild lives here, which entirely are dependent on the kind of tourism that these cities bring. And that's not happening this year, primarily because the government hasn't done anything. Restaurants, shops completely lying empty. This time it should have been packed with tourists, but not a single tourist in sight. क्यों है ऐसा इस बार?
इस बार इसलिए कि लास्ट ईयर में वो हादसा हुआ था ना कि सारे रोड चली गई, इतनी बारिश होने से काफ़ी नुकसान हुआ है, तो लोग डरे हुए हैं, इसलिए नहीं आते लोग। तो हमारा भी बिजनेस कुछ अच्छा नहीं है। हमारे पास तो कितना 15 स्टाफ काम करता था, आज हमारे पास 4-5 स्टाफ ही काम करते हैं, और इनके लिए भी पूरा काम नहीं है।
This time of the year, the temple town of Gangotri should have been bustling with activity, bustling with religious fervour, with trekkers from all across the world who come here and then trek forward to the various glaciers. For people from all across the world who come here seeking spirituality. Well, this town, as my camera person Zahir and I show you, is now a ghost town. Not a single tourist. You can see these shops completely open, but nobody here to buy anything. And that's primarily because the government of Uttarakhand has not been able to instill the kind of confidence in the locals here, in the tourists here. And all because they've done absolutely nothing. Nothing to rebuild the lives and to rebuild the town, which was before the floods last year. Reporting with camera person Zahir Bagh in Gangotri, Preeti Chaudhary for Headlines Today. 2014, they are dreading it because the work still getting carried on. You're standing on the threshold of monsoons, and the people who saw what happened last year still don't know whether this year is going to be any different, worse or better. June 2013. The devastation of Uttarkashi, the temple town in Uttarakhand, was complete. One year later, the rehabilitation nowhere near completion. The small town of Uttarkashi in Uttarakhand was completely devastated by the deluge last year. 1 year on, you can still see that it resembles nothing but still a war zone. The river, I can ask my camera person Zahir to show you, had cut in to the road right here, and you can see how badly it had cut in and had taken away, swept away half the road alongside with it. The road still resembles a dirt track. Nothing has been done. It hasn't been tarred yet. You can see vehicles struggling to come through. On the other side, the Uttarakhand government still working on trying to correct the course of the river. That at a time where you're standing on the threshold of yet another monsoon. The people here extremely scared because they're still dealing with the scars of what happened last year.
Road construction started just a few weeks ago. Road construction should have started last year in October. Okay, but for reasons best known to the government, road construction has just started. And as you said, it's too late.
Uttarkashi resembles a war zone a year after the deluge. Every corner, every turn, one can see a clueless government working against time. Futile, desperate attempts to rebuild a town at the onset of another monsoon, and committing same old classic mistakes. Last year, when the floods came to Uttarkashi, the swollen Ganga swallowed everything in its fate. Ever since, the Uttarakhand government is at least trying to project that it's doing something, but not quite understanding the problem and actually addressing the actual core issue. Classic example of that is what's taking place right here in Uttarkashi. Government engineers working around the clock to provide a separate channel, creating a path, a channel for the river Ganga right before the monsoons hit this particular year. But not quite understanding what the locals have known for years now. When we spoke to the locals here, some just smiled wryly, the others very sarcastic. But most told us tales on how history stands testimony to stories of what happens when man tries to make a river follow a particular course.
वैज्ञानिक हम लोग आम आदमी की औकात नहीं है कि गंगा को किसी चैनल में डाले। ये उत्तरकाशी में तय हो गया, चैनल बनाए थे यहाँ पर टूट गए। जब जब इन्होंने ये छेड़छाड़ के प्रकृति के साथ में जो है तब जो है हम लोग ये विनाश की लीला जो सामने दिख रही है। ये सामने हमारे सामने जो मकान ढहे हैं ये सब उसी का परिणाम है। हम लोग जो है 16 जून 2013 को हम लोग जब यहाँ पे थे तो सामने हमारे सब मकान जब बहे तो जो पीड़ा हमको है इस संबंध में कि सरकार ये क्या कर रही है।
The memories of the flash floods are not forgotten. Ravaged villages unattended, unaided by an apathetic government stand testimony to what happened and what was promised but never delivered.
और ये जो पूरा इधर पूरा क्रैक्स पड़ रहा है। गवर्नमेंट ने किसी ने कोई नहीं,
गवर्नमेंट वाला कोई आया नहीं है।
आप लोगों ने कंप्लेन की है?
यस की है हमने, तो उसका कोई जवाब नहीं आया हमारे पास अभी तक। डीएम को गया है, उसका
डीएम के पास गए
गया है
और किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला है।
किसी ने कुछ नहीं कहा।
मेन प्रॉब्लम ये है कि टिहरी झील से हमारा जो गांव था वो 9 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर है। हमारी जितनी भी पानी खेती थी वो नदी झील के किनारे किनारे थी। वो खेती हमारा पूरा डूब चुका है, प्लस हमारा जो विलेज गांव था वो भी डूब चुका है। लेकिन अभी तक मतलब सरकार की तरफ से हमारे ऊपर कोई भी किसी प्रकार की कोई सुविधा न दी गई है। पानी की प्रॉब्लम है, मकानों में दरारें आ चुकी हैं झील की वजह से। जब झील का पानी 835 RL के अंदर आता है तो हमारा गाँव जो है धंसना शुरू हो जाता है। पाइपलाइनें पूरी खत्म हो चुकी है और यहाँ पर हमारे पास कोई साधन नहीं, रोड कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है, मेडिकल सुविधा नहीं है, तो हमारे पास स्कूल नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है मैडम।
8,000 crores have been spent to resurrect the state of Uttarakhand. 4,000 crores additional funds have now been asked by the state government of the centre. Money on paper has been given, money has been spent. The question is, 1 year later, can one actually see any investment at all? With camera person Zahir Khan in Uttarakhand, Preeti Chaudhary for Headlines Today.